Feel free to support yourself as you might need to with your blankets, pillows, so on and so forth. And then we're going to just start out with kind of a wide butterfly, if you will. So if you want, you can also put some supports underneath your knees, outer portions of your legs. And let's not kind of drive the heels in close to the groin. Let's just keep those feet a nice comfortable distance, almost like, you just stretched your legs out in front of you and they kind of flopped and fell into an external rotation. And then let's just bring the hands onto the legs. Invite your spine to get nice and tall here. And feel free to close the eyes. So we oftentimes start this practice reclined. The reclined butterfly to release the hips. But here on our mat this morning, as we work to promote not only external rotation and some flexibility at the hips, we're also going to promote some strength at the core. So here, just sitting upright, we have to acknowledge and start to wake up those core muscles. So feel free to close the eyes here. The body drops into this, our first posture of our practice. Acknowledge the movement of your breath, and just the ease at which it comes in and moves out, or maybe the slight bit of struggle if there's any stuffiness or congestion this morning. Linger here for a few moments. Let a bit of softness and lightness come to the face. As we pause and reflect on having this an opportunity for another day. Another day of choice. Another day to practice self-care. Another day to sit with our wants and our needs. Another day to think positive thoughts. Another day to feel the heaviness of the negative ones. Another day to call a friend and say hi. Another day to hug a loved one. Another day to watch the sun, to watch it set, to watch the moon rise. Slowly invite your hands to come together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space. On your exhale, invite the head to bow to the hands, to bow to the heart. May we utilize this practice to acknowledge the heart space and the strength required to move, to breathe, to exist from the place of the heart. And release your hands to your lap. Lift your chin and open your eyes. All right. Let's go ahead and draw those feet in a little bit closer now. So coming into our more classical butterfly pose. The soles of the feet come together, and you can just hold on to the ankles for a moment. Sitting nice and tall, see if you can invoke some strength across the front side of the abdomen. Squeeze the shoulders onto the back and extend up and out through the crown. Take a breath in. As you exhale, offer yourself a little twist. Right hand to the floor, somewhere behind you. Left hand on your thigh, not on your knee, but on your thigh. Okay, work to almost externally rotate as you would almost turn a doorknob, as if you could turn your thigh bone in the ball and socket joint of the hip. And continue to sit tall and try not to lean to the right, but rather just rotate. So there's an opportunity to create some space in the inner thigh groin, as well as to tap into some oblique strength here on that left side of your body. Now at the same time as you do this bit of rotation, press your feet firmly together and see what kind of power you ignite across the legs and the hips and the core. Take one more breath. And then a breath out. All right, inhale, come back through to your center. And then let's find the other side. Left hand to the floor behind you, right hand finds the thigh again, turning the thigh bone. Sit tall, breathe in. As you exhale, press down, but also in that kind of rotation movement as you take the outer top or thigh and almost kind of spiral it under. Again, with the spine tall, turning towards the left, press your feet together. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Inhale, untwist, come back through to your center. Find those ankles, find the toes, maybe even lift up on the outer edges of the feet a little bit here. And then with your next exhale, just invite yourself to come into a bit of a forward fold here. It doesn't have to be deep. See if you can promote some extension at the crown and the heart space while working to find some recruitment at the core. Again, press the soles of your feet together so that you can ignite some inner thigh muscle strength. One more breath comes in. And then another breath goes out. Inhale, slowly invite yourself to come on up. If you found yourself on a prop, let's remove the prop from underneath the hips. And then take the soles of the feet to the floor and those knees parallel with one another. Make sure you have space behind you. Stretch your arms forward. Breathe in here. As you exhale, roll yourself down. As you begin rolling your spine down, 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 all the way onto the mat. Invite again that sense of core strength to help take you down towards the floor. Adjust your left leg, sole of the foot to the floor. Take the right knee in towards the chest here. Take a breath in. And then your breath out. Take your right knee slightly sideways. Flex your right foot, come into half happy baby pose as you hold your ankle or your foot, and start to practice taking the right knee down towards the floor beside the right ribs. Keep your left leg as it is, or invite the left leg to extend. Press the heel forward, and also eventually down. Keep a sense of softness about the face and the jaw as we wake up across the hamstring and groin here on that right side, while keeping a bit of rotation so that the ribs, the hips, stay face up towards the ceiling. Take another breath. And out. Inhale, fold your right heel in towards your bum. Take your left leg up towards the ceiling, and then as you're ready, rock and roll yourself up through to your seat. Okay, adjust those legs, bend both knees. Once again, find the hands behind those thighs, and then as you're ready, practice the roll down. If you can, let's let go. Take your time to roll down, glue those feet to the floor, soften the face, and find a little bit more across those belly muscles and core. Adjust the right leg, hug the left knee into the chest, pause here. Breathe in, and breathe out. Again, take your knee slightly sideways, catch hold of the ankle or foot, come to half happy baby on the other side. Keep the right leg as is, or stretch the right leg long, finding again this opportunity to open across the hips. Okay, ribs are going to want to turn to the left here, so are the hips, so see if you can stay grounded on that left outer hip. Okay, minimize the lift on the right ribs, the small of the back on the right side here too. Soften the face, the jaw, breathe into the back side of that left hamstring and groin. Take a breath in. And a breath out. One more, inhale. Exhale, fold your heel into your left hip. Inhale, right leg comes up. rock and roll up to your seat. Adjust, bend both knees, thighs, legs parallel, retract the shoulders. Let's come to boat pose, Navasana, float your feet. Send and extend those arms, if possible, out in front of you, somewhere alongside those shins. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Again, inhale. And then your exhale. Cross your ankles, right on top of left. Drop your heels down towards the opposing hip or glute. Bend the elbows in, or the knees rather, in towards the elbows or the triceps. So it's a bit of rounding here across the low back. Try to keep the collarbones broad, face, jaw soft. Take a breath in. Hover the feet if you can, squeeze it in a bit more. Inhale, uncross. Come back to Navasana, boat pose, catch hold behind the legs. Sit tall, lengthen the spine, and then again, if possible, let go. Soften the face, the jaw, retract the shoulders, lift the heart. Take another breath in, and out. Inhale, cross left ankle on top of right. Drop your heels down again towards the opposing glute or hip. Bend the knees in towards those elbows, in towards those triceps. Breathe in. Squeeze in more, breathe out. One more here, inhale. Squeeze in more, exhale. Inhale, uncross the ankles. Once again, catch behind those thighs. Send the crown up high. Soles of the feet come down, soles of the feet come together. Baddha Konasana. Catch hold of the ankles, toes, adjust the feet if you like, and then once again, ease into a forward fold. Take a breath in, and a breath out. One more here, inhale, and then your exhale. Inhale, rise, come on up. Take those knees once again parallel. Okay, here we can ease ourselves once again all the way down onto our back, controlling the roll down. And then once you do come down onto the back, let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, nose towards knees as you hug into a tight ball. Mind your spine here, rock and roll to your seat. Do that one more time, only this time rock to your feet. Come to a forward fold, separating the feet, hip distance, or let them stay a little closer together. Soften the knees, let your spine hang. Ease some space into those hamstrings. Take a breath in. And your breath out. One more here, in breath. And then your out breath. Inhale, extend, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold, release over the thighs. Inhale, invite yourself to come all the way up. Sweep your arms over your head, lift and get tall. Exhale, mountain pose, Samastitihi at the top of our mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands Anjali Mudra for the heart space. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, arms up, maybe look up. Exhale, fold, release over those legs. Half lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Right leg steps back. Stretch the heart forward. Left leg steps back, plank, and lower it down. Through your back bend, inhale, shoulders retract. Cobra or up dog if you're ready for that. Exhale, hips come up and away. Pause here, invite some support from your core. So let's not just rely on the arms extending over our head, supporting us, but soften the knees and invite strong core work here. Think of what you just did while on your back or seated, and see if you can invoke some of that same support from the muscles between your bottom ribs and your hip bones. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, lift your gaze, look forward, step, or maybe hop your feet towards the top of your mat. And fold and release over the thighs. All the way up. Inhale, sweep your arms over your head. And then exhale, mountain pose, Samastitihi. anjali mudra in front of the heart space. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold it. Half lift, in breath. Exhale, step the left foot back. Find that deep lunge. Inhale, step the right foot back, plank. And then exhale, lower it down. Through your back bend, cobra or up dog. Downward facing, hips come up and away. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. And out. 2 more. And out. Last one. And out. Inhale, look forward, step or hop feet through towards the top of the mat, right into your half lift as you get here. Fold, release over the legs, exhale. All the way up. Inhale, arms lift, sweep, sweep, sweep. And then exhale, mountain pose, Samasthiti. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands anjali mudra in front of the heart space. Surya Namaskar B, bend the knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Half lift here in breath. Exhale, step or hop your feet back and lower right away, chaturanga, knees or toes. Back bend on the inhale. Downward facing exhale. Stay here, one breath. Inhale. And then your exhale. Take your right leg back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, right knee into that right elbow. Swing your foot slightly underneath and plant the foot top of the mat. Turn your back heel in and down. Rise, warrior one. Stay here for your exhalation. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Hands down, step it back and lower. Knees or toes. Back bend in, breath. Downward facing. Exhale. One breath here. In. And out. Left leg, reach it back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, left knee into left elbow. Swing your foot underneath, plant it top of the mat. Right heel turns in and down. Warrior one, inhale up. Settle and stay. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Hands down, step it back and lower. Back bend, inhale. Exhale, downward facing, hips come up and away. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again. And out. One more, in breath. And out breath. Inhale, look forward, step, hop, top of the mat, right into that half lift as you get there. Fold, release, exhale. Bend those knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Root down, rise up, stretch the arms. Exhale, mountain pose, Samasthiti, top of the mat. Let's use our Surya Namaskar B as our base and go from there. Inhale. Hands anjali mudra, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Half lift, inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, just fold, separate your feet, and work to find the big toes, peace, fingers, and thumb. With a slight bend to the knees, stretch and elongate the spine, crown to seat as you exhale, and fold more deeply over those legs. Stretching the crown down, imagine your crown work towards the floor and eventually found it. Another breath comes in. And another breath goes out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your feet back a little closer together, hands back to the floor, bend those knees. Let's find our way into just a little toe stand here. Rise up onto the ball of the feet. And then lift your hands in Anjali Mudra, finding a sense of balance. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now let's find our little hovercraft pose. See if you can find some space between your hamstrings and your calf muscles. Float up, hover, squeeze those legs, breathe, exhale, come back down. Hands to the floor, hips lift, fold over the legs. Half lift here, in breath. Exhale, step or hop it back, using that same action of our hovercraft to fly. Back bend on the inhale, exhale, downward facing, hips come up and away. Pause here, breathe in. And breathe out. We inhale, let's take the right leg, reach it back behind you. Exhale, right knee into chest, and step the foot through top of the mat. Warrior one, rise, come up, sweep your arms over your head. And then settle in. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Open to face the long edge of your mat, adjust your feet, heel to arch placement, settle the arms parallel to the ground. Breathe in and breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, hands behind, lace the fingers, roll the shoulders onto the back. Open across the chest, inhale. Exhale, fold, come into a humble warrior two, keeping those knees, especially that front one, in that external rotation over the front thigh. Push into the sole of your front foot and activate those inner thigh muscles. Take another breath in, and another breath out. Crown of the head descending more and more towards the floor. Exhale, release, take your hands to the floor, top of the mat. Lift your back heel, step it back, plank, three-legged or four-legged, exhale, lower. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing, hips come up and away. Take a breath in. And your breath out. Second side. Take the left leg, reach it back behind you. Exhale, left knee into chest. And step it through top of the mat. Turn your right heel in and down, warrior one. Come on up as you lift. And work to keep the torso facing towards the front edge of your mat first. Breathe in, hands might come together here over your head, exhale. One more breath in. And out. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, warrior two. Adjust your feet, open to face the long edge of your mat, and sink perhaps a little bit deeper here as we work to strengthen those legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, hands laced, put the other thumb on top, roll the shoulders onto the back, open across the chest, and then humble warrior two on the other side, bow it down. Okay, stand firmly on that front foot, activate the inner thigh muscles, take the crown towards the floor as the arms open off the back. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come our way up, release the hands to the mat, step it back, three-legged or four-legged, exhale, lower it down. Through your back bend on the in-breath, exhale, downward facing, hips come up and away. Breathe in, and breathe out. Again, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, look forward, step, hop, top of the mat. Right into that half lift as you get there. Exhale, fold over the legs. All the way up, bend to the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Rise up. Exhale, mountain pose, Samastitihi. Arrive. Breathe in. Hands Anjali Mudra, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, in breath. Exhale, just fold, separate those feet, again, about hip distance apart here. Feel free to catch hold, big toes, peace, finger and thumb, or come to Padahastasana, deepening. Toes come into the wrists, we press down with the toes, we pull up with the arms, we extend the crown, and then eventually add that forward fold, moving the crown towards the floor. Breathe in. And breathe out. Press into those toes. Pull up on the arms and feel that perfect point of balance where the heels just want to start coming off the mat, but they don't. All right, one more breath here. And then your breath out. Inhale, halfway up, release the hands. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, bring your feet again a little closer together, and come again into your toe stand. Start to float those hands up and off the floor, and then those hands once again land in Anjali Mudra. Balance. Okay, and breathe. Okay, option one, repeat the hovercraft, creating the space behind those knees. Option two, sink the hips backwards and come to Malasana. Knees stay about body width apart while the feet work to stay together. Take a breath in, hold on here, and then your breath out. Inhale, shift forward, find the ball of your foot, the toe stand again. Exhale, hands down, hips high, fold over the legs. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or hop back and lower. Through your back bend on the inhale, and then downward facing, exhale. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more here, and out. Inhale, lift your gaze, look forward. Step your right foot up to the top of your mat. We're going to come into Skandasana. So start by finding Warrior Two in your legs, and then just walking your hands into our Warrior Dog, which we've done similar to our Humble Warrior. Okay, take a breath in, stretch that heart space, sit into those hips maybe a little bit more. Okay, then we're going to press into our front heel and turn our toes to face almost kind of a bit of a diagonal here, maybe the front corner of your mat. Okay, then the hands start to walk on the long edge of your left side, and we stay high as we are here. The next option is to sink more and to take your left toes, turn them towards the ceiling. Take your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space. Take a breath in, and then your breath out. One more breath in. Exhale, your hands come back down to the mat. Push into your right leg, lift. Okay, continue to turn your right toes to the left edge of your mat. Turn your left toes to face the long edge. Come to extended side angle. Take your top arm over your head. Gaze down over the bottom foot, or perhaps look up underneath the top arm. Breathe in, and breathe out. Come to triangle pose, Trikonasana, inviting length to that left leg as the hand then shifts to the thigh, chin, ankle, or the floor. Top arm, we can continue to reach over our head or extend towards the ceiling. Breathe in here, and breathe out. One more breath in, and your breath out. Inhale, rise, come on up. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes forward. Windmill, hands top of the mat. Step it back, plank. Exhale, lower it down. Through your back bend on the in-breath. Downward facing, exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, lift, gaze, look forward. Exhale. exhale, travel left foot top of the mat. Turn your right heel in and down. Set up like warrior two, warrior dog. Walk your hands a little bit more off to that right side or right edge. Sink and settle into that front leg. Stay and breathe. One more inhale. And your exhale. Adjust your hands as you need to. Push into your left heel. Spin your left toes so that they're almost a bit of a diagonal. Start to square the hips towards long edge of your mat. Stay here a little higher or sink into that left leg. Turn your right toes to face the ceiling and come to Skandasana on the other side. So great opening across the inner right leg, groin, and of course some good strength and recruitment from the knee, ankle, hip here on the left. Take another breath in and your breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Push into that left foot. Rise up. Okay, travel your way through center. Turn your left toes more towards the back of your mat. Turn your right toes to the back of your mat. Right elbow, thigh, extended side ankle pose. Okay, open up to face that right edge of your mat. And of course, adjust, find some refinement in the feet if need be. Gaze again can be down over those right toes or up underneath that left tricep. Playing with balance as you change your gaze. Take one more breath in. And out. And then work to extend the front leg. And we can take that right hand onto the thigh, shin, ankle, or further down towards the floor. Left hand arm continues to maybe reach over your head or stretch it towards the ceiling. Again, feel free to change your gaze, playing with your perspective, and then noticing how that challenges your balance. Another breath in. And your breath out. Last one, inhale here. And out. Inhale, strong right leg. Rise, come up. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes forward, windmill. Step it back, plank pose, and lower. Back bend, inhale. And downward facing exhale. Take a breath in. And your breath out. One more here, inhale. And then your exhale. Inhale, gaze forward, and then find your way through to your seat. However that works for you. Hopping, swinging the knees around, doesn't matter. Okay, let's come into Upavishta Konasana. So take those legs into a bit of a wide V here. Use your hands to support you. Okay, we want to promote some nice tall extension in our spine, mindful of any kind of rounded and collapsed across the front side of the belly. So lift up, tap into some strength here to sit up. Pull the shoulders onto the back, mind any hyperextension at the lumbar. Eventually the hands are going to come to those legs. Keep them behind you as need be if you need the support to sit tall. Next phase, we breathe in. As we exhale, we start folding forward, sliding the hands down those legs. So we often do this standing on our feet in a wide-legged forward fold. What I like about practicing this seated and in this posture is the recruitment that has to come in through this whole region of Mula Bandha, inner thighs. Remember when we had the soles of the feet pushing together? We'll think about that recruitment. That recruitment through the inner thighs is then going to travel into the low belly region and support across that whole front girdle. Okay, eventually the hands will come down and find your big toes. The heart continues to stretch forward. If at all possible, let's not put anything, hands, okay, chest, chin, nose, whatever on the floor in front of us. And instead work the musculature recruitment. Stretch the heart forward, pull the shoulders back. And of course breathe. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, come on up. Catch hold behind those knees, draw the legs in a little bit closer. This is almost like happy baby pose. The knees just slightly wider at the torso. Flex those feet. Catch hold of the baby toe sides of the feet, or of course you can hold the big toes. Okay, you decide, lean back, float the feet. Like boat, bring your shins parallel to the ground. See if you can draw those knees to the sides of your body. body sits a little bit taller. Stay here or start to unfold those knees and come into, our floating leg variation here. Face jaw soft, lift across the belly. Continue to squeeze with those inner thigh muscles. And then imagine you could press the crown up into the ceiling. Stretch up, but not only stretch up, push up so you find and recruit some strength. Breathe in here. And breathe out. One more breath comes in. Exhale, rebend those knees. Place the soles of those feet gently back down to the floor. Arms forward, breathe in. Exhale, roll it down. Make sure you have the space behind you as you do. Hug those knees into the chest. Exhale, nose to knees. You know the drill. Rock and roll, find your seat. Or rock and roll, come back down, find your seat, find your feet, and come to Uttanasana at the top of our mat. Forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, arms over our head. And exhale, mountain pose, Samastitihi. Pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space. Inhale, sweep those arms. Exhale, fold. Half lift here, in breath. Exhale, just fold. Give yourself some space in front of you. Option one, come down to the toe stand, find your hovercraft. Practice balancing and charging those legs. Option two, sink the hips back. Come to Malasana, balance. Option three, take Malasana into a toe stand and then of course into an arm balance. Okay, so you can work with bent or straight legs, lift with those strong belly muscles and eventually float those toes up and off the floor for your crow posture. Breathe in and breathe out. Be where you are. One more. Inhale. Feet down, exhale. Come back to our toe stand from your squat or your hovercraft. And then hands down, hips high, fold over the legs, separating the feet to release. Take a breath in. And then your breath out. One more here, in breath. And then your out breath. Half lift, inhale, lengthen. Head above the heart, exhale, fold it. Do that one more time. Head above the heart, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Sweep your arms over your head. Exhale, open to the five-pointed star. Face the long edge of your mat. Pick a side, doesn't matter. We're going to stay here. Take your hands onto the hips. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. As you fold, hands can slide down those outer portions of the legs. Find your calves, ankles, or eventually catch hold of your big toes, peace fingers and thumb. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Crown of the head, once again, moving towards the mat. Okay, eventually it will come down and touch. If you have block at home or a couple of books close by to stack, you can fill that gap and then practice pressing the head into said prop or onto the mat. Right? We're not taking any weight off our feet here. We're just practicing extending and elongating and using that resistance of head maybe on something, okay, or maybe it's just in the mind, okay, to strengthen and lengthen the body. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Inhale and your exhale. Inhale, lift your head, look forward. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Lead with your crown, come on up. And then exhale here. Okay, let's just turn our heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in. And then wiggle your way back back to standing tall. Continue to face the long edge of your mat here. Samasthiti. Take a breath. And out. All right, work to take the right leg up and off the floor. As the right leg comes up, let's once again practice like you did while lying on your back, knee sideways of the body while the left leg stays long. Okay, work to find maybe right hand coming on the inside, catching the ankle, or once again the big toe. Hips, heart stay facing straight ahead. We perhaps find a half happy baby or ultimately a lunge shape here, or eventually translate this into almost triangle pose, Trikonasana. Standing and balancing on one foot, left arm can extend out to the side, and then maybe your gaze, again, playing with balance here. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more, and out. Inhale, gaze forward, hand can come to the hip, knee bends. Exhale, knee to the center, and then we place the foot to the floor. Right foot lands, left foot comes up. Left comes up, left hand finds the knee shin. Stand tall. Okay, and use these as layers in which you might unfold your practice or stay. Elbow comes inside the knee, catch hold of ankle, catch hold of foot, or catch hold of big toe. Start to travel into half happy baby first. Okay, so shin parallel with the ground, challenging those stabilizers at the hips and the core. Breathe in and breathe out. From here, we might travel the leg into an extension as we open to the side, and then maybe even the right arm extends, and then the eyes turn to the right as well. Balance and breathe. And out. One more in breath. And out breath. Inhale, gaze forward, hand to hip, knee bends, heel comes in, knee comes to the front, and then exhale, place the foot back down to the floor. Whoo, shake out those hips. All right, inhale again, take those feet, legs nice and wide, and then this time maybe even back the heels up to the back edge of your mat. Now, as always with anything, progression, little by little, bit by bit, be where you are with your practice. Okay, so hands once again find our hips. We promote this nice, long, tall body. Breathe in. Exhale, we fold. Slide the hands once again down those legs. Option one, work with where you were, catching hold of the big toes, filling the gap between the floor and your crown until eventually the head touches. Okay, then we take the hands, instead of holding the feet, the hands come to the space kind of between those feet, shoulder distance apart. Okay, yes, the knees can bend here at any point. Okay, but this is not just about getting deeper into the pose. Okay, this is about moving slowly, honestly. So if bending the knees forces you to get deeper, well then work with the legs in their extended place. Again, the crown, okay, we don't want any props here. We want the crown to eventually come right down to the floor. Okay, and then like we did with our boat, we engage those core muscles. Like we did with our toe stand and our hovercraft, maybe we lift the heels a little bit. Obviously, if there's neck, shoulder concerns, we don't want to put too much weight on the neck, so practice within the scope of your abilities. Okay, eventually, squeeze those inner legs, and the feet just might float off the floor. And then the feet come back down, and then we gently lift the head. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, now soften the knees, walk the hands forward of those shoulders, lift so that the spine comes parallel to the ground. Turn your left toes forward or come to the top of your mat here, and then step back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, come to the knees, and then come to into child's pose, melting your forehead down towards the floor, coming out of that rather intense variation of our wide-legged forward fold and ultimately Shirshasana headstand practice. Breathe in here and breathe out. One more, inhale. And your exhale. On your next inhale, rise, gently come on up. Find your way onto your hands and knees. Cat-cow, inhale, shoulders onto the back, lift your gaze, look forward or up. Exhale, round it out, chin to chest, navel to spine. Do that one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. From neutral, inhale. Exhale, left arm comes underneath for thread the needle pose. Descend the left temple down towards the right hand. Use the right hand as a prop here, or maybe pick the right hand up, put it on the low back as you internally rotate the shoulder. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again. And out. One more in breath. And then exhale, slowly release. Right hand back down to the floor if it was behind you. Untwist, come back through to your center on the inhale. And then exhale, find the second side. Right temple come down, left hand can be your pillow or left hand comes up. Find the small of your back. Slow down the breath. Continuing this little bit of an inversion practice here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again. And out. Inhale, return, left hand in front of the face. Exhale, untwist, come back through to table. And then ease yourself from table to your elbows, and then all the way down onto your belly. As you come down onto your belly, extend those legs straight back behind you. Elbows can continue to live under the shoulders here. And then we promote just a simple little back bend for Sphinx. Let it be as little or as much as you like here. Feel free to then tuck the chin towards the chest, and maybe even roll the chin from one side and then to the other side. And then just letting it rest somewhere in that perfect place of release. Take one more breath here. And out. Inhale, lift your chin. Slide your elbows wide. Melt your forehead down towards the floor here on the backs of those hands. And then go ahead and bend your knees. Point the toes towards the ceiling, and then let those legs just kind of windshield wiper move from side to side. Go ahead and release the legs all the way back down onto your mat. And press into your hands, and then just log roll yourself onto your back. As you come onto your back, let's place the soles of our feet together and drop the knees apart. Let the hands come to rest on the belly, on the floor beside you. Let your eyes close. And let yourself begin this sweet and soft surrender into our final relaxation posture. Of course, feel free to stay as you are here, or by all means, send those legs long on the mat, and then those arms at rest beside you. Go ahead and invite your breath to come in a little bit deeper here. And some good movements start to come to your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, your chin as it gently rolls from side to side. Take those arms and reach them over your head as you maybe stretch out from fingertips to toe tips one more time. Go ahead and bend to the knees, and from your knees, bend, roll to your side. And from your side, find your seat. And as you come to your seat, find a comfortable cross-legged pose. Let the hands land in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space. Let the spine rise tall and promote this again, upward, strong extension at the crown, while you remain rooted and present to this moment. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste.